and that you choose to come to this panel. So welcome, everyone. I hope everyone has had a good lunch for today. So once again, welcome. My name is Patis, and I am the Director for Training and Support from Green Destinations, and I will be moderating this panel. So this afternoon, we will explore how regeneration goes beyond sustainability, focusing on restoring ecosystems, revitalizing communities, and enhancing social well-being. From Croatia to Japan, Indonesia, Portugal, and Taiwan, our speakers will share stories that show how culture, nature, and community values can shape regenerative tourism models for long-term resilience. Our first speaker for today is Ivana Alilovic. She is the director of Zagreb County Tourist Board from Croatia. She will explain how regenerative tourism is shifting DMOs from minimizing impact to creating renewal and value. She will discuss collaboration with local stakeholders, managing reputation, and embedding regenerative principles in strategy. Her talk will also highlight the challenges and opportunities for destinations who are ready to move beyond sustainability. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ivana.
Thank you, Patu. Like you said, I'm Zagreb County Tourist Board Director, and I will have to say to you, welcome to our panel, which is, I think, the most important for us as DMOs. So we will talk how regenerative tourism is changing the game, not only in Zagreb County, but through whole Croatia. When I say come for a sight, stay because of the taste, you will see in the rest of my presentation what is meant about that. Zagreb County is located in northwestern part of Croatia, surrounding the capital, but we call it Green Ring. It is in the center of continental Croatia, and it is important by our biodiversity. But it is 30 minutes drive away from Zagreb. Not only that we have a great roller coaster, but we are a great destination to visit. We are first rural, boutique, and sustainable first destination. And why? We are sustainable because we have a green destination certification from last year, and we started to think about sustainable tourism or no tourism at all. We are thinking about beyond sustainability in 2025. And of course, we are turning to thinking about education sustainable tourism, and we are the first tourist board that signed the Glasgow Declaration in Croatia. We have certified under GTS programs about our business parts, and of course we have EU projects regarding not only sustainability but climate changes like Knowing, Pronacool, and Interwine. That are projects that are founded by EU measurements, and they are really important about our budgets. But we are not talking about step further. We are thinking regenerative. We have made a management plan that is plan document for the development of sustainable destination, which is based on a legal framework, Tourism Act, that was obligation to prepare destination management plan, and it is plan made by Croatian government. It is really important plan for us because all tourist boards had to set that kind of plan. Plan has 15 criteria regarding sustainability, local planning, and local living. So this is something new that Croatia is trying to improve, not only on the national part, but regarding all the part of the world. We have goals during our management plan that are promotion of sustainable and regenerative tourism and strengthening recognition of sustainable tourism destination, strengthening the management of sustainable tourism, and of course competitive, balanced, and all year-round sustainable tourism. That is the most important because you all know that Croatia is one of the countries that has 24% of our BDP regarding tourism. And we know that we are not all year-round tourism destination if we are dealing with our costs. But we are home of innovators. Of course, we have natural parks, like two parks, Medvednica and Žumberak, Samobor Hills. But of course, we all love gastronomy, like in this region. We have a great road that is went by Beethoven and Chaplin and adjoining Zagreb County wines. But why is this important? Because we are the biggest region in Croatia, which has 16 family farms registered in the county. But the most important is that among them, half of them are women's. And of course, we are a gastronomic destination. We have Michelin star restaurant, and it is important that we have 1,167 manifestations during 2024. Like Via Vino, that's gastronomic manifestation, and of course, intangible heritage. It is really important to protect cultural assets, which is known around 309 cultural assets, and 29 are intangible. Of course, one of them is eating gastronomy. It is Samobor kremšinta. If you will come in Samobor in Zagreb County, you have to taste it. Of course, we have a meat and gingerbread craft, and this is Samoborska kremšita, just to describe something of that. But not regarding that, we are a health tourism destination. We have Naftalan, which is unique and rare health retreat, not only in Croatia, but in whole the world. We have that only in Azerbaijan. So we are known as a place where we have unique naphthalene oil and rare natural resources found in our only places in the earth, like I said, Croatia, Zagreb County, Ivanić-Grad, and Azerbaijan. Of course, sport and adrenaline is a really important part, so thank you everybody for watching. I think I was on time, so if you have any questions, thank you. And just a minute, I have to say something. Yesterday, one of the cities, small city in Zagreb County, won Top Stories Green Destination Award. It is Sveti Ivan Zelina, so I'm really proud of them and give a big applause for them.
Thank you very much, Ivana. Our next speaker is João Cardoso de Melo. He is the director from the Cascais municipality. He will introduce Cascais for Tomorrow, a program that links visitors directly to nature restoration. He will explain how tourists can track their ecological footprint and see their contributions in action. This initiative shows how destinations can turn visits into a living legacy of regeneration. João, welcome.
Okay. Thank you, and good afternoon, everyone. So I presume that each one of you has already traveled to a specific place around the world, and places that somehow you loved, and you meet people and communities. And I believe also that the biggest majority of you were enabled to participate and somehow contribute to the community. So those places that we go there, we feel, we live with those people and nature, we left and there's something missing. What can we do for it? How can I be part of this process? I would love to live there and to meet those people afterwards. Can I do this? And that's why we developed this Cascais for Tomorrow principle. This is a groundbreaking initiative that turns every visit into a force of good. So the case, it's quite simple. Cascais, it's not only a beautiful place. So it's not about only the beauty and the way we live. It's also about the possibility to transform each one of you who will visit Cascais in the future part of the community, part of the process of restoring and making your footprint a little bit not so much impact. So this platform that we developed, Cascais for Tomorrow, it's an initiative that allows to link the possibility to we all as tourists or visitors or business or venues or tourist organizers can somehow contribute to the development of the community and to the destination. And obviously, this is the majority of the issues. We have a lot of tourist operators, we have a lot of visitors, but it's difficult to link the tourism operators itself with the actions on the ground. And I'm actually not from the tourist sector, I am from nature conservation sector. And I'm presenting this because this is an example of partnerships can actually be profitable when we have the same speech and the same common principles on ground. So the municipality partnered with Breeze and the tourism board in Cascais to develop this this application that allows visitors to connect to the place and learn a little bit more about their footprint and the way they can be part. So very simple. Everybody has a telephone, a smartphone, and this is the way that you can, during your visit, better linked and understand what you are doing. And this will features a carbon database, so you somehow can calculate your impact as a visitor. But we develop a specific methodology to allow a more comprehensive, more tailor-fit calculation. So you can somehow and very easily, depending on your days and what you have done, calculate the emissions, but also the kind of meals, where have you slept. So it gives you some kind of principle and allows you also as a visitor to really identify the impact you can have on the destination. And quite easy, so you can describe your trip. You can see the impact with a very handy calculator impact, and then you can also choose different opportunities where you can voluntarily participate. And this is as us as individual, or as me as an organization, or so it allows our venue participants. So we can also actually allow different kind of contribution, and also the possibility also to communicate that you are willing and keen and really offering the possibility to develop these projects. And this is very important because, and we spoke already during the conference about not greenwashing, it's about real impact in the community. So when you go there, you know, when you choose that place, even if it's beauty and if it's eco and it's sustainable, you know that you touch people. You know your presence there create jobs and create other opportunities to nature conservation to restore. So we choose some of the projects. This is me, one of my donkeys. So different approaches that you can have. So different habitats. Eventually, these are some of the projects that we choose because they are quite different habitats, different characteristics. I won't go deep on this, but just to have a glimpse about, for me in particular, each one of you goes there. Obviously, we will enjoy the place, but for me, the most important, you will be the next ambassadors of the place. And you will be the next ambassadors of the unique flora and fauna and the sensitive and the need that we all have to be careful about the way we judge when we go outside and just use the place. It's not about use, it's about the experience. So Peninha, it's a mountain with 500 meters, reach on the top with wild horses around. And we also have dunes, a very interesting aeolic bypass. So it's a very phenomenon where the dunes go along inland. So it's a ongoing process of chaos, nature in chaos. It's quite interesting. But also an ancient farm where agriculture makes part of the ecosystem balance, and we are reintroduce also natural grazing. And roe deer and deer, and also a forest, a very charismatic forest since the Asians, the Celta people, and so a very mystic, and it's unfortunately invaded by invasive species. So this is one of the important steps. Is in fact, you as a visitor, when you get out, you really know that you contribute to turn the page. Obviously, then. You need to work in the branding. So branding is being crafted with this image, high quality colors related to nature. So it's appellative to the partners, to the stakeholders to be part of the process. And this is quite important because we need all the tourist operators, all the hotels and partners to be part of the process. And we also prepare this toolkit that allows the tourist operators or the hotels to use it and to promote the destination and engage. So this is very important when you as a visitor get inside the hotel and you get to know that actually you can do this and you can download the app and you can actually be part of the process. And it's very, very important also this last issue, it's you will be keeping in touch. So the idea is you go there, you contribute somehow, but it's not the end of the process. We will keep on sending you information about how the project is going on, how is the progression of and success of the tasks. So it somehow makes the relation between the customer, the visitor, and the destination further on in the future, and invite you eventually to come again and to check out the performance of the place we have. So this is really, really interesting because of the challenge that links nature conservationists with tourism operators, each one of us with different distinct objectives, but in the end it's the same objective. And in particular, when you found out that, as you all know, for nature conservation it's not easy to get funding, so this is opportunity not only about the funding, but it's much more important for the experience that people can have when they visit our places, but also the feeling of belonging that they also contribute to this place. And eventually, in the future, they are invited to come again or to spread the word and to share their experience. And this is the best way we can sell a product, when you sell your personal experience to your colleague, to your friend, and it's the most genuine and easy way to promote the destination. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joao. Our third speaker is Ketut Purna, and he is the manager of Jatiluwih village from Indonesia. He will present Jatiluwih, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, as a living cultural landscape. Guided by the Tri Hita Karana philosophy, the village integrates harmony with God, nature, and community. He will highlight how heritage conservation, community well-being, and environmental stewardship are woven into their daily lives. Ketut, please have the floor.
How it works? How this works? Just press this. Oh. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Ketut. I'm from a small village in Bali, Indonesia. I'm representing my village to stand up here. I explain a little bit about what we do, what I did in my village until our village passed into the top 100 green destination. Okay, this is my village. My village is located by the sacred that we call Batu Karu Mountain. It's not just a place, but a journey to back in time, experience our age-old Subak irrigation system, engineering model that sustainable our land and our people. This is actually how our village look like, which is very concerned about rice paddy in the area. Okay. Once again, what you can do in Jatiluwih, actually you can do a lot of activities in Jatiluwih. You can do trekking, you can do cycling, and of course, total our village actually only a very small village. We only have about 2,500 people live in the village. It's really, really in the countryside. We are the last village before the mountain. Okay, we just passed this one. Actually, our village become like pioneering sustainable tourism through community environment. This is what we do in the village. Our village like living museum, especially for the rice paddy, and Jatiluwih also as agritourism in our area. Okay, why the people come to our village? Because our village rich with culture and nature treasure. From the vibrant of Jatiluwih Festival, the second walk through our protection forest, every corner of Jatiluwih offer unique story. Okay, this is a part of our village. This is what our traditional, our old tradition, we still do until now, which is, this is very, very old. But whatever the old one tradition, we still doing until now. Okay, this one, all the visitors come to our village. We join together with all the activities, whatever activities we do in our village. We ask our guests to join with us to do all the activities. Okay, this is one of them. Actually, like this, we teach them how to play Balinese music. This one here, how we can harvest together with the tourists. This is how we explain when the tourists come to our village. Right in the bottom area, this is how we harvest, because the traditional in our village, when we harvest the rice, we're still using our hand. We have to cut rice one by one. This is kind of unique. I think it still exists only in Bali for the time being. Okay, we're really concerned about environment also. Now we are in our village, we ask with the young generation, we go with the young generation together. This is what we do, like in the middle, we grow like avocado and durian tree, and to make all the environment still come back to nature again. Okay, empowering tourism through government and prioritization. Okay, in Bali, whatever we do, we have to connect with our government. This actually what we do in our village, whatever we do, actually we invite, like in the picture over there, this one, like our Minister of Tourism come to our village, give us the spirit, give us advice how we can increase the visitor tourists come to our village. Down below, like head of the Bali governor or head of our Bali Regency, and we have to always discuss with them to ask them advice, to give us advice what we do to sustain, to preserve our nature in our village. Okay, this one, the facilities in our village, we still have a very small hospital. We have like security, we have like safety, whatever the tourists come to our village, we give like a standard of operational, standard of safety, and then we just give them briefing, because most of the visitors come to our village is walk through the rice paddy, walk through the field, go, and sometimes some of them go to the walk through the mountainside. Okay, that's what about. Actually, our village, very lucky. Last year, we got the recognition from United Nations as a best tourism village. This was in Cartagena last year. That's all about our village. Thank you very much. Sorry, I have no time. Thank you for this.
Thank you very much, Katut. Then our next speaker is Taichi Kato, and he is the division director of Fukui Hitomono Design Company. He will be accompanied by Mitzi Morikawa, our interpreter. They will share about how the Zen philosophy is being applied to community-based tourism in their town. Initiatives like the Zen Concierge System reconnect residents with heritage and offer immersive visitor experiences. His talk will show how spiritual depth and local industries can work together to strengthen cultural continuity. You have the floor. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm from AH Town in Japan. I grew up there, and now I share its charm with people around the world. I'm proud of my hometown. I want to pass on its culture and spirit to the future on the world. Today, I would like to share a Zen teaching that developed our local unique cultures. It's called Ho-Jiki Dorin. It means that spiritual ideals and daily practice must move together like two wheels. Only then can we build a sustainable future. In AH Town, Zen is more than religion. It's a way of life. And I believe this idea gives us clues for our future. Today, as you see in this slide, the world has many problems. That's why I believe two things are important now: gratitude in daily life and peace of mind. These values go beyond culture and country. They are important for everyone. AH Town is home to the famous AH Temple, the head temple of Soto Zen sect of Buddhism. People from around the world come to visit. For 800 years, Zen has been part of daily life here. It's not just religion, but a life philosophy. The idea that daily life is Zen still lives in our people and nature. Here, Zen, art, food, and nature are in harmony. It's a special place. At the heart of our work is Zen idea, Hojiki Dorin. Ho means ideals, like giving visitors a good experience. Jiki means daily life, like protecting culture and local work. This teaching says we need both. We must care for real life, not just ideals. So, in AH Town, we try to balance value for visitors and cultural care for locals. But we have a big challenge, which is how to pass the philosophy. To fix this, we need to bring Zen back into daily life for both. Based on Hojiki Dorin ideas in our town AH, we practice unique programs. Let me share 3 examples. Number 1, Zen Concierge Program. Local people relearn Zen and guide visitors. They become storytellers and grow pride in their town. Number 2, ZAF making experience. This is ZAF. A ZAF is a round cushion for meditation. Visitors make their own using local skills and materials. It connects Zen and local industry. Number 3, Zen teaching at regular elementary and high schools. Our schools teach gratitude and respect to children through Zen teaching. Students learn Zen values through cleaning, eating, and meditation at school. These 3 efforts move both wheels, value for visitors, Ho, and culture for religion, Jiki. They are true examples of Hojiki Dorin in action. These efforts are bringing good results, shown on the slide. A feeling of believing together is growing between visitors, locals, and all connected to this place. Visitors feel the warmth and culture. Locals rediscover their pride and heritage. This brings natural gratitude. Gratitude leads to the wish to help and give back. This cycle, natural gratitude. This cycle connects people and brings gentle change to the community. We believe this is the base of sustainable society. When ideals and daily life move together, gratitude grows at the center. Gratitude becomes kindness and creates more gratitude. A special cycle begins. We don't force gratitude. Some people live in hard situations. They may not feel thankful right now. And that's okay. What matters is you notice and appreciate that your life exists with the support from people and things around you. From the moment, a seed of gratitude can grow. That's kind of society we want to create. Thank you for listening my presentation.
Thank you very much, Tai Chi. And our last presentation is from Monique Chen. She is the chair of the Sustainable Travel Taiwan. She will present the conservation story of Taiwan's purple crow butterfly migration. She will explain how an invisible wildlife corridor was created to protect the butterfly's passage across highways. This collaboration between NGOs, government, and communities demonstrate how biodiversity protection can be tied to meaningful, respectful tourism. Monique, welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. And just keep going on. Okay, my presentation is about the butterfly. Sorry. Okay, so it's an invisible wildlife corridor. We all know about when we do the eco-conservation, some of the highway, they might have a wildlife like a corridor, or for animals, you can see that. But this is the story is about for butterfly. So there is no really like a pedestrian or path for the butterfly, but the invisible path, we help them to go across the highway. So there is a place, the destination I represent today is in south of Taiwan. The name is Maoling, and it's nearly the lower mountain area to middle high mountain. It's around 300 to 1,500 meters in altitude. So the place, there were a lot of butterfly, and Taiwan used to be the kingdom of butterfly long time ago. Yeah, but now, of course, because of the climate or many development, now not so many as before. And the place Maoling was 90% of the inhabitants is the indigenous people, the tribe of Drake. So people living there, actually they live with butterfly before, but they are not really doing research. But the butterfly become the symbol of their culture. So if a man who is really good at expert, then they might have a tattoo of a butterfly, or they can dress with the symbol of butterfly. And also when they see the butterfly, then they will can estimate the seasons, because the butterfly comes, shows up, and they're gone away. So do you know what kind of animal they do migration? Mostly is the birds, yeah. But this is so impressive for me as well, because I'm not the academic professor. So when I know the butterfly migrate as well, so it's so impressive. So the indigenous people, they saw the butterfly migrate, so they can know the season, the weather, and when it is. Yeah. So this is also become a natural resources of Maoling. The destination become one of their CBT resources. They do the community-based tourism. Okay, then we know the climate change. But actually, we cannot do much for climate change in the case of butterfly, because if they migrate and then they die, it's not much the Maoling, the destination they can do. But what they can do, later we will explain. And another thing is the extreme weather. But now, I think just last week, there was a really strong typhoon. Yeah, it made a big damage, and it's crazy, terrible now. So also because the city development or the development, so butterfly decline. But the most of this project is the roadkill. It's the butterfly fly over the freeway, then they were killed because of the high-speed car and the pressure of the wind. So in this case, what they can do, okay, let's talk about the butterfly. They migrate the November to March, so they migrate to south because it's warmer. Yeah, so then it's in South warmer, and then when it's summertime, March to April, they will fly back to the north. Yeah, so that's why there was a crazy, kind person who is really crazy about the butterfly. So he do research himself. So he found out that okay, the butterfly go across the freeway and then they were killed, quite a lot of them. So he started to connect to the government and or local. So he started to try to save them, yeah, save their life. And finally, I think he succeeded. Yeah, so now there was the story. And then, so it was about per thousand butterfly was killed, 30 to 40 around, yeah, in the time in 2017. So he started to do something with the government. So, and later on, 1 year later, there was a conservation association founded because people agree with him, and they joined the association. They start to do the research every year. They do the labeling, the mark. Yeah, and then I met one professor or also a researcher from Japan because some of the butterfly, they fly to Japan, and then they found the kind of butterfly. Yeah, and also because we mentioned about the freeway, so they collaborated with the Freeway Bureau, yeah, and then they want to do something to reduce the roadkill. So this is what they done. And also later on, many years, the Maoling National Scenic Area, they do environmental education quite a lot, and then they try to preserve the land in Maoling around 60 hectares. Yeah, they lease, give the people money. Okay, you don't do anything here, then I rent for 10 years. Then we can have a better habitat to those butterfly. When they come back to Maoling, then the butterfly, they have somewhere to stay. Yeah, so gradually, the four parties, they done most of their job. And yeah, everybody has their job to do. So, but for the research, is mostly go back to the association. So they done every year when the butterfly comes, and then when it's like March, they go back to Taipei. Then they will send a group near the highway. There's a stand, and they're watching them. And every minute, if it goes over 250, then they will close the outer lane. Yeah, it's like I close one way, but the car goes out inside. So it reduced the butterfly roadkill percentage to 3 now. So if but this is not instantly become 250 a minute. It is they do lots of experiment. Yeah, the first of the experiment, they try to raise the wall from 400 meter to 600 meter, then to 1,010 meter. Yeah, so and then they close the road from a minute 1,000 butterfly. Then they close the outlet and lower down to 500 and 300 and 250. So now they got some of the numbers. When you go down lower, when a minute 250 butterfly fly over, you close the outer, then the roadkill will be around 3 percent, not the 3%. 1,000 butterflies and then 3 were killed, maybe lower, even like a 1.8 or something. Yeah, so the kind of collaboration is reduced anyway, we survive some of the butterflies, and they have their methodology, and also the association go to the modeling, the habitat to do the monitor how many butterfly each year. But of course, this is the numbers, the monitor they done. It's quite not so strong, but yeah, it's kind of stable, right? Okay, not that good, but okay, yeah. And the road kill numbers, yeah, I think is quite low. Of course, the association, they want to get lower and lower because they are so passionate about the butterfly. Yeah. And for the community, because the government and the association, they save those butterflies. So every year there are butterflies coming back. So the season they will hold some event. But this is not a big, like a big city. It's totally around the whole area around, no more than 2,000 residents. Yeah, so every year they might have like 100 times of the tourism as their residency coming to this place. Yeah, so the tribal people, they started to have some local tours in the village and combine with the butterfly symbolic to become their identity. Yeah, this is my sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I would like to ask the speakers to please come to the front so we can have our discussion. And later on, I will also open the floor to questions from the audience. So. Great, thank you very much for for all your wonderful presentations. So first, I would like to ask. First, I would like to start with Ivana. You were mentioning earlier that in Zagreb County, you are going beyond sustainability and you are going for regeneration. So maybe you could share with us in your plan, in your tourism plan, how do you define regeneration?
Thank you on your question, and I would like to say that all panelists were great. So, like I said, regenerative tourism is really important. Not only about talking, we have to take care in Croatia. I can say that sustainability and regenerative tourism has great meaning, but in some points we can see greenwashing. So when we are talking about the regenerative tourism, we have to think like this, like plastic thinking. If we have a tree, we don't have to save one tree. We have to plant the forest. Our local citizens have to live a great life with all the wealth they have, but we are thinking about that we are a boutique destination. And that is really important for us. We don't need more tourists. We need better hotels, better thinking, better education. Regarding my trip to Montpellier, I can say that your local citizens think about sustainability, about something more further than our Croatian people. And I think that in the future it is really important to educate people, not only local citizens, but the leaders, the people who can decide about DMOs and the politics that are going to provide. Because in the European Union, all projects are regarded sustainability, and we give more money about that. But the projects have to be some who can develop our local city, local community, and that's the most important thing.
Thank you very much. Just as a follow-up, can you maybe share with us one of the biggest, or maybe one concrete example or one concrete project that you are most proud of when it comes to regenerative tourism?
I can say that for me, like a lot of local citizen of city of Velika Gorica, that's the biggest city in Zagreb County, and the city with a great tradition, because we have municipality which is all around 800 years, and we can say that we are the land of the Thai. And my next project is going to be dealt with our kindergartens and with the people who take care of our children, because we want to impact on the identity of our county. Like I said, this is called Podgutnica. It is something that was worn during the Napoleon War by Croats who went to the war, and when they went, their lovely lady gave them this tie and said, okay, I will kiss you, say goodbye, and this is a tie that you have to come back. And of course, this is a Thai in Croatia. We are homeland of the Thai. And Turopolje is also homeland of the Thai. And in the local kindergartens, we will give to all children 250 Thais, who will be just a show of the identity of the people that we have to take care. I think that not only women are the most we can say I have 3 boys and my husband, so I'm a woman in a house, only woman, and it is hard to be a woman, not only in a business world, but in the at home. But sometimes we have to give more, and you know everybody. Okay, she's good. Okay, she's talking good. She's pretty. Okay, but okay, she's a woman. We have to take about all women in our cities. So we are trying to develop a workshop for our ladies who will develop that kind of ties.
Thank you very much. You already talked about tradition and culture, so I'm going to pass it on to Ketut. Yes. You're in a discussion. I have to ask you something. I'm sorry. That's part of the job. Later, we ask him, but you first. Okay, so my question, because she already mentioned tradition, and you also heavily mentioned about culture and tradition, and how that is very important to your village.
Okay.
So my question is, and you also emphasized a little bit on the Subak system. So what I wanted to ask is, how does the Subak system, how is regeneration demonstrated in the Subak system, and how does tourism contribute to help protect and conserve this?
Okay, thank you, Patis. Sorry, I can speak English, but I'm not that good, Okay.
You are doing very well.
No.
Everyone is understanding.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Maybe, in Bali, we do have a concept we call Tri Hita Karana. Tri Hita Karana is the symbolize of the harmony between human being with human being with the nature, and human being with the gods. Because we really believe in the God in Bali. That's number one. Okay, why we adopt this concept in Bali? Because whatever we do in Bali, with agriculture we have, there's one actually legacy from our ancestral before. We have to sustain this agriculture in Bali. Because in our village. Because why we adopt this concept? Because this is aligned with the sustainable tourism and of course with the green destination. That's number one. The second one, because whatever we do in Bali, whatever we do in our village, we really based on nature. Without nature, I'm very sure nobody come to our village. And our concern now, how we can use the agriculture in Bali, using everything go to organic, Everything we do in Bali, in our village, become like organic. Whatever farm we do like organic farm. Actually, all the animal, the rare animal like firefly, the dragonfly, since I become manager in the village, growing well now, back to their own natural because everything become organics. That's how we do. That's what actually tourists really concerned about it, why they come to our village. Thank you for this.
And just a follow up, how does the tourist contribute to this? What can they do to help protect?
Okay, number one, when we have UNESCO World Heritage, the tourists start coming to our village. Of course, when the tourists come to our village, they have to pay the ticket to entering to our village. The ticket about only 3.5 euro per one person. That one is my job. How we can share the money fairly. Of course, the money will go to the government. The money go to the farmer. The money go to the whole community. And that is my job now. And then my job now, how I can promote my village, getting more people coming to our village, and of course, still preserve the nature in our village.
And I'm sure make sure that the money is really used for the community.
Of course, this is really used for community, how we can fix our own temple, we can fix our water irrigation system, we can, like I saw in my video, we can contribute to young generation. We buy the avocado tree, we have another tree to grow in the village. That actually, this all the money come from the ticket which the tourists pay to our village, come to our village.
Thank you very much for sharing.
You're
And
welcome,
I hope that, even if there are more people who come, you're able to manage and make sure that,
The nature
there's no over tourism.
No,
so
no.
that's what you have to watch
Yeah.
out for,
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then, okay, now I go to Joao. Now I go to you, Joao. So you mentioned a lot of the examples of projects and how tourists can contribute with, these regeneration projects that you mentioned earlier. I guess my question is, how do you choose which projects to do and which projects tourists should contribute to, and how do you check or assess the impacts of the contribution of the tourists?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. Well, we assess the most important areas that we should analyze. They are subjected to visitors, and they have high quality in terms of scenery, but also in terms of autochthonous species, for instance, or added value in terms of nature conservation. So we pick up 4 projects. It's enough. Because these projects take a long time until they be reestablished, and then you afterwards can see the effectiveness of the processes. So the idea is and these are also one of the best sites where you want to take contact with nature. So you can visit other places, but those are where you in fact impact with nature. And so this is why they were chosen, and also because it's easy to follow with the visitor, to keep their attention. When you speak about, for instance, some species occur only in that site. They are Lusitanic endemic species, and they are a relic from the glacier area in Europe. So when Europe started to defreeze, those were the first areas. So those plants are kind of very extreme, unique, and they live in the limit. So it's about stories that we tell to the visitors. And so we assess that because we have a team, we monitor, we control the number of visitors, we have counters, we have do assessments, and we, in the perspective of social impact and also ecological impact. And so that's why we always control, we monitor the amount of visitors, and we try not to promote areas that we think it's much sensitive or are still needed to preparation to receive visitors. And we control the kind of communication that we prepare and information. So we promote specific areas instead of others. So visitors are always able to, for instance, in the dunes, it's a 60-hectare area of dunes. They have a boardwalk along the dunes, but they visit 10% of the place. For them, it's okay. It's a 4 kilometers hike, and with an interpretation center, they can have a guided hike, so they can learn about the dunes, how they move, the unique species that we need, and it's okay because the rest, it's quiet, non-visited. So this is how we balance and manage the place.
Right. And what is the response of or what is the feedback that you get actually from the tourists that are using this initiative or going through this initiative?
Well, the interesting, it's Cascais, it's 30 kilometers from Lisbon, and it's quite unique because you can get out of the city and in 10 minutes you are inside nature. So, and this is a very important experience you can get. And for us, it's quite a challenge because, you know, since COVID in particular, people are more keen to visit the outdoors, more keen to go outside and look at nature. And so the feedback, it's quite nice. Specifically, for instance, when you prepare a guide to speak about, in Europe, you don't have the big five like, you know, we are used to see in BBC wildlife in Africa, you know. But it's important when you speak about a particular butterfly that only lives in this plant. So if you kill this plant, the butterfly no longer exists. Or you can find a specific plant that the flower represents in a mystic way the women. It's a Myrtus communis, it's a murta. And then the leaf smells like lemon. So this is the particular stories that you can train a guide and you can tell a story about what you do, the meaning. So this is how you impact with the visitor, how we somehow try to make him not only to experience, but also to get out of that place with some knowledge about, yeah, this place has specific, they don't have the rhino or the tiger, but it have these kind of also very important places and species. Yeah, it is a nice place.
And does this resonate well with the local community? Is this something that they are actually contributing to, or not just accepting, but also contributing to?
Yes, and this is very important, this question, because we don't work for locals and tourists. We look and we work always for locals. And our concept is, each one of us, when we visit that place, it's a local. So we don't do this kind of distinct intervention of, oh, this is for tourists, let's prepare this, oh, this is for locals. No, so we do everything just as for locals. So when you get there, you will be a local for one day or forever. So that's why the locals don't feel a part of the process, and they are somehow the catalyzer of it. They are quite proud, and like all the communities, they like to receive and well all the visitors, and it's good when they share the same meaning of place. Yeah.
Thank you. And now speaking about unique wildlife, I go to Monique.
Thank you.
I go to you, Monique. So, where's my question? There you go. So, how do you ensure that tourism doesn't contribute further to the problems that the destination is experiencing with the problems with the butterflies? Like, how do you ensure that they're able to maintain the new habitats and ensure that there's no further population decline from tourism?
Okay. First, because the season is short, so mostly every year they have the association come to on site. Yes, to do the education, and also they train the volunteers. So they will be volunteer doing the guiding. So most of the tourists, they will follow the guide or follow the association instructions. Mm-hmm. So you can see that. And also this is not so a very, very popular destination. Yeah, so I think it's not so easy to get there. Yeah, I remember it's out of high-speed rail. You still need to take a bus or car 1.5 hours. Yeah, so it's a mountain area. Yeah, so far I think not so many damage, but still, yeah, if someday people crazy about the butterfly, so they might have to use the green destination criteria, try to do some code of conduct or some like prevention things. Yeah.
I see. And is this project actually doing more than just restoring the habitat or like creating a highway for these butterflies? But how is it helping? How is it helping to restore a wider wider ecosystem, or probably contribute more to the local culture?
Yeah, as local culture already really strong because the indigenous people in Taiwan, we have 16 tribes in Taiwan. But of course, our people is of course more than indigenous tribe. But indigenous culture is more and more serious from those 30 years. So they already have a really strong culture. Yeah, so the way is we preserve the butterfly, then they can put into their community tourism, make them a story. And indigenous people in Taiwan, they more good at telling stories because they has lots of traditional stories. So that's not a sole problem. Just when you go to the tribe, you talk about the butterfly, then you can see the butterfly. That's the point. If you don't see it, it's like a legend. Yeah, so I don't think that's a problem for the community, but the problem is like they don't have much capacity in hospitality. So now not so many B&B, so people mostly go there like a half day or one day, but they not really living there because the indigenous people it seems like they don't really like to do the B&B. There's not that many, so that's the challenging for the National Scenic Area now. So how they're going to provide more accommodations, then they can get more money, income in local. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Then I now go to Tai Chi. So I'm very interested about the Zen philosophy. No, so I really appreciate the efforts that you showed to us earlier. Can you tell us a little bit about how these are actually, or what is the response from the tourists? How do they actually embody the Zen philosophy after visiting your destination?
禅の考え方はその仲間輪を広げるっていうところを大事にしてます。
One thing that's important is that the Zen, thank you. Then is try to have the connection between the people and have the bigger wa is a circle between people.
観光客の人の言葉からだとそのコミュニティの一員になれたっていう感想が多いです。
So one of the things we hear from the comments from the tourists is that we feel that we are part of the community now after the experience.
満足度の高い反応です。
So that's quite satisfactory reaction we always get from them as a feedback.
And how does the local community respond to these feedback from your tourists?
地元の人たちもやっぱりその外からこう褒めてもらえるっていう感覚がすごくこう嬉しい気持ちになるっていう。
So the local people are quite embraced with those positive comments they get from the tourists. So they're very happy with that.
Do you think this philosophy can heavily contribute to regenerative tourism?
はい、一人一人の行動を前にこう進めていくためには一人一人の気持ちが大事なので、その輪がこう広がってきていると感じています。
The positive attitude moving towards the regenerative tourism is very important that you have the good circle and a connection. So this is a very good important step moving forward positively.
Thank you very much for sharing that. We have some time, and I'm opening the floor for questions from the audience. Yes, please.
Hi everyone, Mathieu Lescanf from Montpellier here. Thank you very much for your presentations. I had a question for Joao. Could you share some numbers with us? How many clients did you get? How many people use your service? And what was the percentage of locals and visitors? Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't have the numbers yet because this was launched in the beginning of the summer. So we don't still have any numbers of figures. And we are now engaging with the hotels and stakeholders. So we had this like a big event when we invite all the tour operators to make part of the process. So, and delivering the toolkit so they can prepare themselves to promote the projects and the events. So I'm also anxious to know when it starts to, people to get in touch with it. But I think the most important was the fact that we told them that they don't no more sell just nights, they sell experiences. This is the way that we start to make this kind of a conversation. So hopefully they imbibe that idea and they will get in the process. And so hopefully next year we'll have already some figures. But thank you for the question.
So next year you will come back and we'll have you report again, with updated numbers. I'm kidding. Any other questions? Yes, please.
Thank you. Sotir Krushevo, Macedonia. I have maybe question for Ivana, because as a visitor, Croatia is more familiar to me, but anyone who feels addressed can answer the question. In this process of creating a new way of tourism, of regeneration, of regenerative tourism, how do you feel about the other tourism spaces in Croatia? We know that there are so many popular places in Croatia, whether it's on the sea or not the sea, Zagreb, Zadar, Rijeka, Dubrovnik, etc., etc. So how does that impact your work in the specific place and story you have described? Thank you.
Thank you. Like I said, we have a great coast. Like you said, we have Dubrovnik, places that have over-tourism. And we can say that after COVID, Croatia was one of the top countries among tourists. But that's the reason why Croatian government made a law, who is going to be positive law, who is now, we can say, in action just to improve that kind of destinations that have over-tourism. We have recognized the problem. I was also in a work group which made the strategy of sustainable tourism until 2030 in Croatia. And not regarding, I'm on continental destination, I'm not developed like Zagreb, but we can say that in improving the sustainable and regenerative tourism, we have coped to those tourists who want to be in that kind of part of land, who want to experience the regenerative tourism, and who want to set with our locals. It is hard to compare with that kind of destinations, and we know all that among other storytellings, education and everything, the money is the main thing that can improve our promotion, visibility, and not only certification. We know that it is hard to certificate destinations. I can say that in 3,000 square meters of kilometers of Zagreb County, we are the biggest certified destination in Croatia. It was hard because in my DMO, I work with one colleague, and he doesn't have skills like some others, and that's the main thing that's going to be on focus, because our law about tourism has one section regarding education and making assets to that, because we have to have specialists about regenerative tourism, and that will be one of the scopes in not only Croatia, but I think in the world. And it is great that new generations are starting to think about sustainability. They're starting to go to destinations who are we can say secret gems. And that's the main thing that I try to promote about my destinations. And I think that after a few promotions and agents from Scandinavia who are really people who trust and believe in that kind of ideology, we can say they want next year to be in Zagreb County for 3 days, in Zagreb, the capital, for 1 day. And that's success for us. So it is hard to compare with that kind of destinations. And regarding implementation of the law about tourism and our criteria, I think that coastline destinations will have a big problem because we have a lot of apartments in our country. We know that in Croatia, the starting of tourism, it wasn't about hotels or something, it was about Zimmerfrei, we call that. So that's our part, Zimmerfrei.
Okay.
But now, yes,
okay.
but now we have a local host that is certification made by Ministry of Tourism and Sports and the Croatian National Tourist Board, which is really important to bring up all the local hosts who can give to our guests better accommodation, to give them food from local farms, to give them some advice. So that's one thing among others which Croatia is trying to do regarding our tourism, because we know that a lot of Croatians work in the tourism sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have another question from our audience today? No more questions? Yes, thank you.
Hello everyone, so I'm Emilie from Normandy. I have a question for Joao, but I think maybe everyone can also share what they think, because I was thinking, how is it possible to invite the visitors, especially in your experience with this form to fill in, to calculate the impact? How do you incite visitors to go into this kind of, filling the form? I was thinking, for example, we know that Copenhagen has made this Copen Pay, where you live this experience of reducing waste, etc., and then you get some discount in exchange. So is there some similar experiences in your destinations?
So thank you for the question. So that's why we have to team up with hotels and all the venues. So that the concept, it's we offer this possibility to the visitor to somehow be engaged with the community. So it's a volunteer-based process. So we invite them to calculate their footprint. That's why the toolkit for communication will be around all the hotels, so it will be easy for the visitor to somehow on the front desk check it out. That, oh, are you able to, or do you want to participate? It doesn't mean that you have to visit those places, obviously, but obviously would like people to visit, because then it would be much more easier for them to be, if you know the place, you know that if you want to somehow contribute, you know what you are, why you are contributing, and the benefit of this. So this will be eventually the tricky question. And linking with the other, when we start to speak about this, it was the hotels in Cascais. We are used to sell it's golf business, it's beach, and it's casino. But we have a nature park and a Natura 2000 network. And the hotels don't really need more promotion because they are 100% covered reservations. That's why we spoke with them and said, okay, but we need to start just selling nights. We need to selling experience, and what kind of experience. And I show them that eventually 20 or 10 years ago, eventually people who like to go to a 6 or 5 stars hotel didn't want to go hiking on a mountain. But today it's quite different. So you can have a spa, you can have a Michelin dinner, you can have 2 nights in a 6-star hotel. But you would like to pick on your boots and your backpack and spend one day bird watching, just hiking or mountain biking. And then in the afternoon, you go back to the hotel and go to the spa and recover. This is something that they were not used to because it's golf or just even beach. Families, kids they can get 1 day, 2 days to the beach. Afterwards, they get mad, and parents need something else to do. Now, what's best to you than engage with nature and be part of a hiking or a horse riding or a donkey or something like that. So this is showing there are many other possibilities to promote the destination, different opportunities, and it was important for them to be on board and somehow make this link. And this is how we try to engage them, and hopefully we'll be successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe just to close this panel, and also like in relation to everything that has been asked, no, I think as a last question to each and every one of you, with all the initiatives that you've shared with us today, how does tourism look like for you 10 years from now? You know, with all the regeneration and with all the sustainability initiatives, how does tourism look like in your destination 10 years from now? Who wants to start?
Okay, I will be first. We want to have not over tourism in Zagreb County, and we will not have that. We are mainly rural, and we will stay rural. We will stay boutique. And of course, we have to be not only sustainable, but regenerative. Thinking about local citizens, about their living, and of course, educating and improving our cultural assets. But of course, we have to keep up for future generations. They have to learn about culture, identity, and everything that will in the future be important for them. But we know that, like I said, future generations are thinking about better living, about better world. So I think that there's hope for us, not only in 10 years, but furthermore.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think always have a dream. Yeah, I hope that in the future, the 10 years later, because more and more tourists, there are more consciousness about the environment and the social, economic also. But it's good. But in Taiwan, there are also a policy contribution support, because from I remember it's this year, then the hotel in Taiwan no more can provide those brushes, and it's forbidden. Okay. Yeah, so things will get better and better from every like a part of the country. Yeah.
Thank you.
今地域の子どもたちは自分の地域の学び直してます。
So the children at the moment, they learn about their culture and values at school as we speak.
10年後にその子どもたちが大きくなった時、
So in 10 years' time, when these children are adult,
この地域として何を守っていきたいのか、つなげていきたいのかをお互いが語り合っている姿が成功している姿。
So what we mean success, when we say success, would be these children, or when they are grown up, they'll be talking about what's important and what needs to be held on to, or success to the next generation. So that would be my success story in 10 years.
Thank you very much. I think that's a very nice message. You know, when we talk about sustainability and regeneration, we often don't talk about children, and I think it was just a very heartfelt, message, and in my head also very zen. Yes, yes, it's your turn. Your turn now.
Okay. At the time being, we really focus on preserving the nature by maintaining the agriculture in our village. Because when you talk about the tourism, we have like more than 300 hectare land in our village. For this time, we only have visitor about 1,000 to 1,500 foreigner a day to our village. Most of them from France.
Oh, really?
I will say 60% from France, 80% from Europe. Only the rest is from local Bali and local Indonesia. I mean, I believe when we can maintain our agriculture, the bonus is a tourist, that's it. Yeah. I believe we can preserve this one because without agriculture, without the nature, nobody will come to our village because we are all the same, all destroy everything, but we are really focused on preserving our nature, especially agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's also very nice, you know, that it circles back to your village and to your community. Thank you. And last,
Okay,
Joa.
yeah, give me time to think about it. But in fact, the purpose of, in concluding, it's about personal performance and education. So when we, for instance, do an assessment about the best places, which places do visitors visit in our site? It's easy, just Google and see pictures. And there was a study, for instance, in Australia where a lot of nice places to be photographed, and people like to photograph old ruined ponton because it was aligned in a horizon with the sun. So this is kind of cliche things that tourists visit instead of actually learn about the place and go deep inside the community or the species or the fauna or the flora or whatever. So I think there's a gap here between the conscious visitor and the slow, like, you know, the slow food movement, like a slow tourist. So learn that eventually you won't see everything. You can see only one or two things, but those things that you see, you touch people, you engage with locals, be part of the community for one day. I think this will be the future of the tourism, and hopefully educational level will be rise among tourists to learn that if they don't have this kind of behave, that will be a bad experience and no one will enjoy, and you know the future of tourism will be jeopardized somehow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a nice message to end the panel. And with that, I officially close this panel. So thank you once again for joining us. Please give a round of applause to our speakers.